you guys, it's Sarah. I hope you're all doing amazing. Let me share how I'm using these Dollar Tree items to decorate my home for Christmas. Now, I have not done Dollar Tree Christmas DIYs in quite some time, so I may be a little bit rusty, but I wanted to share with you guys some ideas that I'm using in my Christmas decor and hopefully inspire you guys to use them in yours. Without further ado, you guys, let's get started on Christmas craft DIY number 1. I've been seeing that viral Home Depot Christmas tree all over my social media, so let me share how you can create a smaller dupe on a budget if you're interested. We're going to start by heading into the Dollar Tree Plus section and grabbing 2 of these 4-foot trees. These are super sparse to say the least, but I'm going to share how you can take it up a notch. When you get it home, you're going to take everything out of the box. It does come with 3 legs. We're going to take all of the branches from one tree and we're going to put them to the left, and then we're going to take all of the branches from the other tree and put them to the right. If you've done this before with the smaller trees, it's almost the same exact concept, but it does take a little bit more fluffing because these little trees are sparse to say the least. So once I had it all together, we are going to attach it by the pole that's in the center of both trees, and I'm just using one of the super large Dollar Tree zip ties that you can find in the hardware section. To make sure that it's nice and secure, I'm using 2, one at the bottom and one at the top. This DIY is perfect because you can use this tree indoor or out. It makes an amazing tabletop tree if you're looking for a smaller tree. If you don't have a lot of space, or if you want to decorate in a kid's room and you don't want to spend a lot of money, but you can also use this on your porch or on your balcony. You could put it in a large planter and it would look fantastic. Adding lights is definitely up to you. I tried at first to use the Dollar Tree little string battery operated lights and they were just not looking right. So I went on Amazon and picked up these little twinkle lights. These were not too expensive and I just absolutely love all of the different settings that they have. And the best thing about it, it can be used indoor or out, but do what fits your budget. I can picture this 2 on side of your front door, on a porch, on a balcony. I definitely think that this tree does not look like a Dollar Tree tree, and for about under $25, this tree is making me all types of happy. If you haven't headed down the catering aisle at Dollar Tree lately, you need to get down there ASAP. They have some new finds which are gorgeous, and we're going to use 3 of them today. First up, the wine carafe is new and gorgeous if you're a hostess with the mostest, but it's also going to work in this DIY. And then I just got 2 of the standard clear bowls. One is larger and one is smaller. I'm going to be reusing those string lights that we couldn't use on the tree in this DIY project, and I also got some of the Dollar Tree Christmas balls. We're going to be using the wine carafe as our base, so I just took our string lights, wound them up, and stuck them right inside. They were a little bit hard to fit in, so you want to make sure that they kind of twirl down in there. Your girl is mean mugging those Christmas lights, okay? She feels like Mrs. Claus up in here trying to get all these DIY projects done. Next step is to add our Christmas balls into the wine carafe, and I'm using 2 different sizes of the balls. The larger ones are almost like the small balls, and then the super small ones are like the mini balls. So you're just going to alternate those until it's all filled, and then we're using a mixture of Gorilla Glue and hot glue to place our smaller bowl directly on the top. You want to make sure that you're keeping the battery switch for the lights out into that bowl so that you can turn it off and turn it on. Once it's dry, you're going to flip it over and use the same mixture of Gorilla Glue and hot glue to attach the larger bowl to the bottom of the wine carafe. Press that down firmly, let it dry, flip it over, and bam. Now you have the most gorgeous ornament, serving bowl, tiered tray situation. If you are going to be hosting holiday parties, this would work really, really well for candy, for chips and snacks, but you can also add your Christmas balls if you're just looking for a cute way to have your Christmas colors come alive. I love it. Super easy. Give it a try. I love this plaid tray that Dollar Tree added in for Christmas, so I wanted to figure out a way that I could use it in my everyday decor. It's just a plastic tray, so I grabbed some of these little wooden Christmas tree shapes. These are in the holiday section. They almost look like something like highly inappropriate after I've been looking at them for so long editing this video. I'm like, what was I thinking? Anyway, so I first wanted to stain them, and then I realized I didn't have any stain, so I decided to create my own with just acrylic paint and water, but the color that I used was not that good, so I wasn't really liking it. I decided to paint them all, and after I looked at them, I was like, absolutely not. So in the end, these are going to turn up white, but I feel like if you had like a dark stain, I feel like that could look really nice, or even almost like a black stain. Like, it needed to be much darker and way less orange. After that mini mistake, we did end up with some white Christmas trees that we're just going to Gorilla Glue onto the edge of each 4 sides of our tray. You want to make sure that you're using something a little bit heavier duty than hot glue because you want this to last. Now, after I watched this so many times, this shape almost looks inappropriate. I see like something very inappropriate, or is that just my teenage brain? It doesn't matter either way, because when we flip her over, she is going to be a gorgeous tray that we can use to hold all of our dish soaps, our hand soaps, right next to the kitchen sink. And the best thing about it is it's raised so that it doesn't get wet, it's not going to get nasty, and it looks gorgeous. Dollar Tree has some really gorgeous Christmas candles out, so here's how I'm using them. I went in and I grabbed some of these altar candles first. They have white, they have red. I also believe that they have green, but I got white and red because look at these Nutcracker candlesticks. These are candles out at Dollar Tree right now. These come in white, red, and green. They are gorgina. They're gorgeous, y'all. For $1.25, you cannot beat it with a bat. You can put this in a gift, like in a gift basket, but you can also do this DIY because I am proud of this one. Now, they do have a few different styles. I definitely would say make sure you're checking to see which ones that you get, because there's one that's holding a little Christmas tree and he is just too cute, but they didn't have them in my store. I would have gotten them all. For this project, we're going to be taking one of the Dollar Tree glass bowls, 2 of the Dollar Tree altar candles in white and red, and then 1 of the little Nutcracker candles. On the stovetop, we're going to take a pot of water and bring it to a simmer. We're going to add our candles in and allow all of the wax to melt. Be mindful that this does not have any scent, so it's not really a candle that you're going to light to make it smell good. It's just like super cute to have around, and it will also make a great gift. Once our wax is melted, we're going to pour the red into the bottom of the bowl. We're going to let it cool down just a little bit, and then we're going to pop our nutcracker right into the center. Now, this is the portion where it was trial and error, because I'm going to let you know what I wish I would have done differently. I wish I would have let it cool a lot more, because towards the end he is starting to melt. His legs were about to give out, but I'm alternating the red and the white wax. I'm allowing each level to cool down before I add the next one. Maybe in hindsight, I should have been popping him into the freezer or something, but he does make it. He does not fall apart completely. The top layer is going to be the white wax. So this is where I kind of messed up, because I saw that they had almost like whipped wax that you could put on top that almost looked like snow. So I decided to do that with some extra white. They said to allow it to cool and then whisk it with a whisk. I thought it was going to work. Okay, I'm whisking and whisking. I added it into a piping bag with my little Dollar Tree tip, and I thought it was going to be okay, but I should have known better, because I am not a candle maker. I have no idea what I'm doing, and Google failed me on this one. Okay, I thought I had high hopes, but hopefully we're going to redeem ourselves in the end. I took what I thought was my whipped wax, added it into a piping bag with a tip, and nothing. It didn't look like anything once I tried to have it come out. It actually looked pretty bad, so I was pretty disappointed with this. I tried to make little mounds of snow, and unfortunately this was just a big old fail. This did not work at all. I tried to make it work. Luckily, I had some green wax melts that I put into little Christmas tree molds, so we're going to start popping those all around our leaning Nutcracker man. I was happy with this. I was like, okay, we can make this work. I decided to take what whipped wax we had left, and I sprinkled it around like snow, and then I started to take the other wax melts and I added those around as well, and I was like, okay, I might be able to save this. It was looking okay, but my guy was still leaning. I had a big old pile of snow wax that I was like, okay, let me get this out of here. What am I doing wrong? What am I doing wrong? But I never give up, y'all. That's one thing about it. I may fail at a DIY, but I'm like, I've taken this much time. I am not stopping now. In the end, I used 4 green Christmas tree wax melts around our Nutcracker candle, and I let it completely cool for 24 hours, and this is how it turned out. I am pretty happy with it. I will say, for a very beginner candle maker who's using all Dollar Tree supplies, I ain't mad at it, y'all. If you're a professional candle maker, you could make something way more gorgeous, and I love, love, love the way that it looks pulled out of the bowl. This would make a great gift. It'll look cute around the house for Christmas, and I even did this same idea using the snowflake tea lights that Dollar Tree has out this year, and I love it. How amazing does that look? Super inexpensive, really, really easy, and I'll be sharing that in a YouTube short coming up tomorrow. A super simple Dollar Tree Christmas hack is to head into the tool section and grab some of these safety cones. If you want to create your own custom Christmas trees out of any yarn or string, these are where it's at. These safety cones are pretty large in size. You can also get two different styles. One is in the hardware section. The other smaller one that you see here is in the kids section. All you have to do is just cut or remove that base part, and then you can go ahead and start wrapping around any yarn that you want. This is the chenille yarn that you can find at Dollar Tree for $1.25. They have it in pink. They have it in like a darker pink. They have it in red, black, white. I'm going to share how I'm using it in white and pink. This is one of my favorite DIYs, and I've used these cones for multiple years. That's one of the best things about it. Yes, you could probably use poster board, but these cones hold up year after year after year. I've used these for multiple years, and they're so stinking good. All I'm using is just some poster board to create the very tippy top, because you don't want to have like a straight top Christmas tree. So all you have to do is just create the point. I use some tape just to tape that on there, and now we're going to go and start wrapping our yarn around. You're going to go ahead and take your favorite hot glue. I'm using the Gorilla Hot Glue. This is my absolute favorite. It's the one that I recommend. And you're just going to start at the bottom of the cone, and you're going to use hot glue to wrap it around, working your way to the top. Now, I like to start with the back section. So I create a back, maybe one that's not like super perfect. And I'm going to make sure that every time I glue the string down, I'm gluing it to the back, so that when I have my trees facing out, you won't be able to see any glue or burn marks or mistakes. You know what I'm saying? You want it to look as neat as possible, and when you're wrapping it around this portion, at least, you want it to be as neat and tight as possible so that none of that orange peeks through. Now, this DIY is a little bit time consuming, so maybe sit down, watch a show, put on a podcast, maybe catch up on a few of my videos that you have not seen. Put on something so that you can mindlessly do it, because it's not super quick and really easy. It does take a little bit of time, but I promise you the end results look so stinking good. Once you get to the top of the cone, now you're going to work your way back down using the same exact method, making sure that you're covering up any of the white or orange that's peeking through from the cone.
Merry Christmas, baby. Reindeer's coming out to play. Santa Claus is packing.
For the larger safety cone, it takes 1.5 things of the yarn from Dollar Tree. You want to make sure that you're buying extra just to be on the safe side, because once I'm done and I work my way back to the bottom, I go through and I try to cover up any spots where any of that orange or white is peeking through.
Putting on the show for everybody, to give them a smile that lasts another year. There's something that happens when sleigh bells are ringing.
This is how it looks when it's all done. If you want to add like a little wooden star to the top, or you could add a bow. On the pink ones, I added a little tulle bow just using Dollar Tree tulle, and I absolutely love the way that it turned out. I love mixing those two size cones together because it gives a good variation, and I think it looks gorgeous. Recently, I had my eye on this candlestick set from Kirkland's, but it was $35. And then I went into Dollar Tree and I saw these Christmas tree candlesticks. And of course, I had to get them because they're a fraction of the price. And I actually think they're kind of way cuter. I also grabbed some of the twisty candles to put inside, but look how gorgeous. It's almost like a muted metal. If you're into like that real neutral, natural look, these are going to work really, really well because they're not super brassy. They're not gold, but they're also not like black either. Like, they're really, really good. I would say if you see them, get them. The one downside is when you put these twisty candles inside, they typically move, they bend, they shift. So if you don't want that to happen, grab some of the reusable tape that you can find in the stationery section at Dollar Tree. They also have it on Amazon. You put a little bit at the bottom. These candles will not move. They won't budge. They won't light your whole entire house on fire. It's a must. Definitely give it a try and let me know what you think. I love y'all for watching. Thank you for being here. Thank you for always supporting your girl. I love you guys from the bottom of my heart. I hope wherever you are safe, happy, and healthy, and doing amazing. If you're still here and you are a real one, put those Santa and Mrs. Claus emojis in the comment section down below. For all of my real ones, I love you and I hope you're doing amazing, and I will see you guys next time for another video. You can always follow me over on Instagram and TikTok. I'm over there all the time at Sensational Finds. All right, y'all, I'll see you next time. Bye, you guys.